I forgot to show how the lemon chicken came out. This is my little sauce that I made. And the sauce, like with the lemon, you just add like a tablespoon of soy sauce. And then, but I already ate it. I forgot to show it yesterday. I guess I was wondering what Trump was gonna do with their budget. Hold up, 1 second. Look out the yard. It's a commercial. You could also fry it after soaking it in. It wasn't lemon, it was orange. After soaking it in orange. Anyway, sort of beautiful day. It's supposed to get up in the high 80s today. Got a lot of yard work to do. I guess you can't really see that good. But anyway, so it's time to mow, so I gotta call you guys mowing my yard. Because I got back acres back there mowing too. And they're mowing the other lot up the street, so I'll call today. Anyway, we'll see. Like, this has been the 100th day of Trump. So far, the only thing that I could see that he's done is hopefully motivate people to get more political and to be more into our politics, because it doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, and I'm beginning to see why he had to file bankruptcy, why his business went out. You know, I mean, now he has his daughter going into Germany. Here, it's like this. There's a seam. I guess they're in both seams on back and front. But anyway, going to Germany to a women's group, and she doesn't represent women at all. It's because she's out of touch. Uh, I think that his daughter and his son are into like really making money at hurting other people. And you know, I remember once like this guy was like, because I was going to the TV museum, and my dad had a membership to it, and I remember like the first time I went by myself. Like I spent like forever there, you know, talking about like screening something, but you know, catching up because I hadn't saw any TV, and I was like, wow, I was like, you know, 23, so I'm really looking at TV, so it does cause a big social problem. And then like second time I went by myself. And then when you go with somebody, when with dad, they don't like to stay as long. I was gonna go watch James Dean, like this like Coca-Cola commercial, and some other like in like a movie that he was in. Like, you know, he was like, let's go. I get bored. But anyway, so I went one other time I was leaving, and there's this like sort of crazy white guy, and you know, his family has been in I guess you would say been into crime. You know, the criminals. Grandmother came over Edison Island, prostituted for a while, and father, you know, um, um, I guess. Well, anyway, he was saying like the difference between, you know, like what they call TV pimps and real pimps is like the real pimps are like managers. You know, they manage personal lives, they promote them like promoters and managers, right? And the difference is like they don't beat their woman. They might not pay somebody or something like that. You know, some of the people that they work for them have a lot of narcissistic habits, because that's just the type of people that are interested in buying and leasing and renting out human bodies because then just. But the difference is that instead of like bidding the girl like for more money, like worth my money, they will get the guy. Either like blackmail them because of like most guys act like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is something I want to do, until they get caught. There's a lot of shame, embarrassment, humiliation. That oh, I'm gonna ruin my life. It doesn't matter, and that's what sort of narcissistic is. It's like, oh, it's sort of like Bill O'Reilly's like, oh, I'm a family man. I got a wife and kid, but he's disrespecting his family. He disrespecting his wife. He disrespecting his kids by doing perverted or sexual, like acts, with somebody outside his family because, it's and that's the problem with a lot of that is that the way the guy acts. Oh, you're gonna destroy my family. So it's easy to blackmail. It's easy to embezzle them. Like show pictures of them naked and stuff like that. It's humiliating to them. You know, Sort of like nowadays, like if somebody did Instagram and you did a little comment underneath, like they'll have something negative to say. You know, um, but and then most of their women, they would end up marrying somebody, sort of like Bonka did with Trump, because that's how you continue like the blackmail. You don't want anybody to look at you in this position. You don't want anybody to know that you just married a prostitute or something. I'm just using as an example, but we all know that she came with Miss Universe, and they were basically, it was their way of like transferring women, over borders, really over from different countries, different part of the world, to bring them here, really probably just to traffic them, as high class prostitutes when like they just came out of the gutters of, like the war zones in the gutter, and probably the poorest areas of Russia or wherever they came from, you know. Like it's like yeah, he was saying like black men, like if they had a black woman would like had a southern accent, which like maybe like some white guy might find attractive, the black guy might be ashamed, like it'd be something that he could sort of abuse the woman by the way she talks, but he'll take like a Russian lady that's English is really bad and accent really sucks, or a Spanish lady, or even an Asian lady that has like a really bad accent, and find it attractive, you know. So they deal with the racist things, and I see this in the way Trump and his father had came up in business because that this guy here, his father had invested, or he was investing in real estate or whatever. So and so we see these patterns, and they came over from Europe as crooks. You know, con artists coming out of war zones, doing what they need to survive, pickpocketing. War zones, you get used to seeing people dead, and in a lot of cases you have to kill people. So they come over here. A lot of the Caucasians did as damaged people, already doing what they have to do to survive. So you get somebody that's, 4 or 5 generations that came over from Europe that are just criminals that are into prostitution. America really didn't stand a chance with what type of people that we have bringing over after, and we didn't vet them, and so I find it very ironic that Trump is going to think that we are, and the Republicans and white Republicans, that they don't understand is that they were, they were invaders. They're the ones that came over here and that wasn't welcome. They're the ones that came over here and changed the history not once, not twice, but 4 times. to suit and make it look like white superior when it's nothing like that. And if he would got his debriefing, Trump that is, he would know the truth, and he would know that that white people did come over on boats. They did come over, you want to not call it slavery, but indentured slave or bondage, and that they came over and they were murdering people. And we have plenty evidence of them hanging people. We have plenty evidence of them bombing the black stock market. I think it was Oklahoma. But anyway, of them massacring Indians, and just coming over and killing, and then spreading diseases as syphilis, as smallpox, polio, uh, 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 and numerous other diseases that was caused by the way the Europeans was living over there and their lifestyle, uh, 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 and which was not what the people have here. And I think that they the shame, the humiliation of us being such a great nation and being felled by a lot of our leaders is even evidenced today, as in Trump and as the Republicans, because they're failing us miserably because of the simple fact is that it looks like that they were working with spies. I'm not, and I believe that they did have our election. I believe when they was putting those numbers from those elected machines into the computers, they got changed. And I think there's something going on fishy with the stock market. I think that like I think a lot of these problems that we had before Obama came in, and when we had a Republican as Bush, we saw how the devastation with 9/11, with the stock market, and with the crime going on. So we really don't want to go back, and the Republicans have proven that that their type of governing, which like they don't want to be big government, but they are big government because they're getting rid of the EPA, they're getting rid of Planned Parenthood, they're putting unconstitutional, like we're supposed to have the freedom of religion. They're carrying around their thing, a constitution talking about Christian this, and we have a lot of evidence that Christians are not always have the best interests. How they have attacked our children through and I hate to say it, the Catholic Church, the Protestant, and etc. Christians. We've seen where they have raped children. So we saw a lot of pedophilia with them. We see them is thinking that they have to own women, and control women. The only thing good about a man who thinks he has to own and control women, it comes a time when they actually are becoming the child and being dependent on the woman. I.e., just like that one guy was talking about the pimps, they're really like being a 6-year-old, where they're dependent on their woman to take care of them, opposed to growing. Anyway, we can see within to sum it all up, we can see in this 100-day that Trump has surrounded himself with, like Flint, for example, that has been shown to work with Turkey and Russia, that in both of those countries do not have the best interests of the United States. They're trying to destroy the United States using a racist division because, a country divided cannot stand. And we're at a racial division. And, Republicans, well, I go back to Ronald Reagan. I used to think Ronald Reagan was really Japanese, with the type of black hair he had and the way he held his body, with like maybe a little tweaking. And I thought his first wife looked very Japanese, so they couldn't fix her, so he married the other lady, right? Was that Nancy? Oh, Nancy Reagan? Yeah, whatever. The one that was the junkie, the one that why she all high, she talking about just say no, and never said no in her life. And nothing wrong with somebody having a drug problem. There's only something is wrong with when you're being a hypocrite about it. But anyway, so now so So I never saw, I saw Reaganomics as being something that was devastating and started the downtrot of America. Uh, um, it caused the middle class to collapse, and um, and the Republicans are not the type of people that come up with solutions. All they do is judge, criticize, bully, harass, and terrorize the American people through their policies that are not in the best interest of of, of the American people, because it violates the Constitution and civil rights. And I do believe that Trump absolutely knew that he was doing a treason act and that he's a traitor to the United States just so he could keep money flowing.